Today is a little story time. Continuation of last time. If you didn't watch that video, where were you? Go and watch the video and then come back here. But watch the video and then come, like you have to come back though. Please come back. All right. Basically, we're going to be talking about the first trimester of our pregnancy. Where we left you guys off was when I realized that we were actually 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So then the first thing that they tell you to do is look at the last day of your last period. And I did that. And that's when I realized, oh my goodness, we are 8 weeks pregnant.
That's literally 2 months.
That is 2 months of
a baby.
A whole pregnancy. So now I'm like, okay, I need to.
And that's late, eh?
It is late. Most people figure out like at least like with 5, 6. I mean, it's not the latest. I've heard about people who found out like months.
I mean, there's a whole show called I Didn't Know I Was Pregnant.
But like even like normal situations where they figure out months in, but like it was also quite late for us. But then so I figured out that okay, we need to go to a doctor. Now I am calling. I'm calling. I called.
I remember that first day was the most stressful time of your life, my baby.
I called trying to find a doctor that is open when I'm not at work, which was like a nightmare and a half. But anyway, I ended up calling this one doctor who we later found out wasn't even an OBGYN, but was just a normal doctor. I do not know why she showed up on the list. I don't know how we ended up here.
She scammed the system.
She really scammed us. I don't know how she did something to the algorithms to make it like make Google think that when you're pregnant you should call her. But anyway, I call her. I get an appointment. Great, the first doctor I can get an appointment with. We go to her and the information that she gave was so inaccurate. It was disgusting. So first she's like, oh no, you're pregnant, cool, congratulations. And then she's like, oh, when was the last day of your first period? I mean, you know what I mean. When was the day? Is it the first day of your last period or last day of your first period? Last day.
Can't be your first period ever.
First day of your last period.
Your first period ever is the last.
My brain is exploding, okay? The first day of your last period.
Yeah.
So then I go and I'm like, okay, it's just this date. And then she was like, oh, okay, cool. That means you're actually, she said 11 weeks.
She said 12.
She said 12.
Yeah.
She said 12 weeks. Now, I need you guys to remember, I just now, I was at 8 weeks. And 8 weeks was already wild to me. So we were still on this, like in the phase of, okay, we're not telling people yet.
Yeah, because I remember that was the thing. It was like, okay, we know that we're not supposed to tell anyone before 12 weeks because you never know what might happen.
Yes.
And then we find out that we are at 12 weeks. We are finding out when we are supposed to be announcing. So
and
it's
we were like we're not even ready to tell anyone. Like we're not.
We haven't wrapped our heads around
No.
this. Was it a day after or what?
I think it was like 2 days after.
2 days after we found out.
It wasn't a like, oh, we're 12. It was like, whoa.
We were like
it was, we were not ready for it at all. And then she gave us numbers for other doctors and she was she was really sweet.
She helped out in terms of like easing the stress of what's next.
Yes.
Yes. She let us know that we are okay, everything is fine, we are in the right path, we just need to make certain decisions and we need to take our time.
Yeah.
Well, not take our time,
because we don't have as much time as we thought.
Don't panic, breathe, take your time and go through one decision after the other, and figure that out. So in that sense, she did calm my baby down because she was very stressed.
I was so stressed because I just didn't know like what was, I mean, you don't really get like trained, to know what to do when you find out that you're pregnant. So it was kind of like, okay, at least you made me like feel like, okay, I do have time to figure it out and I will figure it out as time goes on. I've been pregnant for 3 months and we didn't even know. I've been pregnant for 3 months and we didn't even know. We got sick, so sick, and we thought that we were sick. Can't you know, I was also experiencing morning sickness on top of everything. Bro, this was the time we were supposed to say we were going to tell our parents, but I think we'll do it at 4 months. Let's just give it a break. We just found out. I think we need to still enjoy this moment. I've been pregnant for 3 months.
So after we saw the doctor, she told us that we need to get prenatal vitamins. So then we went to Discom to go get those. After getting the vitamins, we just decided to browse, just to walk around the store. Browse a specific aisle. The baby aisle. You know, we were just looking into our future. You know, just trying to wrap our heads around the situation. We went into the baby aisle just to see what's there. Because you walk past the baby aisle, you don't even like go there because you're like, why am I here? There's nothing for me here.
And then plot your downfall, hey?
So that day, there was something there for us to discover.
So we decided to take a walk down and...
Tell them what you
did. Whoever judges me, hey, first of all, you can go and sit on a log, okay? I, for the first time, experienced pregnancy hormones. Like, I mean, maybe I experienced them before and I didn't realize it was what I was experiencing. But, like, this one was very, very clear. Guys, I cried. I cried so much that I think people thought they, like, come and hit me. Oh, my God. This is...
What's happening?
Look, I don't know why we decided to walk down the baby aisle. This was a very stupid decision. Yeah, so again, look at the little hat. I'm ready to get out of this aisle. Get back.
Mommy emotions. Emotions.
Oh my God.
You're so cute.
Oh, it's not cute. It's annoying. Oh my God, I need to do this. I'm ready for it.
The girl just started crying, y'all. We just walked down the aisle just to see, and the girl started crying. In the middle of the store, guys.
Let me explain.
She cried.
Let me explain. So I think the first thing I saw was like a was it a bib or a hat? It was one of the two. It was a hat. And it was just so tiny, right? And then like it was the first moment of realizing that, oh my gosh, I'm not just looking at these things as in like, oh, that's cute. Because, you know, like you see babies, like, oh, my God, baby. It's like, oh no, I'm going to have to buy one of these soon. Because I am currently carrying a baby. So I cried.
Honestly, it was the cutest, funniest thing for me. Because it came out of nowhere. Like
it was
I thought we were on the same page here. We're just going to check out what we're going to get in the future. We're just like, oh, this is nice. And then I look to my side and ma'am over here is in tears.
And guys, it's not like the cute tears. No, it's ugly.
Tears.
It's ugly. It's like it was just so bad.
What were you feeling at that moment?
It was just realization. Like honestly, it was just like, oh wow, like baby coming.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to be a mama. Like. This is the baby aisle, and it's like you said, it's an aisle that we like avoid all the time, but now it's an aisle that we're gonna have to spend a lot of time in because you have to buy like formulas and you know, it was just like it was the first moment of, oh my goodness, this is really, because like the whole time it's been stress, not like it was happy and then stress because now I'm finding doctors, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, so it was very like a lot. So I never got to like actually like sit in the moment of, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
And then I saw the baby stuff, and it was over. So then came the time of me now trying to find a doctor. In pregnancy, like, I mean, in that period, it was like a lot of stress and normal, but this thing was frustrating, trying to find an actual doctor to firstly confirm properly, because I didn't trust this woman at all. So trying to find a doctor to confirm and do the scans and do everything was very stressful, because if they weren't answering their phones, which again, let's receptionists, come on, please just answer at least, like answer and tell me that it's not available. Or the one place that I wanted to go to shut down, like completely, like it was just gonna close. It was very hard for me to get somebody that I could say, okay, can we just at least come and just check? Like that's literally all I needed to do.
Literally, because it's also like a thing of now we need to find out what's happening with baby.
Yeah.
Is baby okay? Is everything normal? Is everything fine?
Yeah.
Are we doing everything the right way? is there anything that we should stop that we haven't stopped? Is there anything that we should start that we haven't started yet? And it was that, and also just the fact that this could be the person that delivers our baby. Which is like a lot of pressure.
It's a big task.
Yeah.
You have to trust that person.
And no one's answering, so it's almost like you don't have options right now. You can't pick and choose who you want. You just have to go to the first person that answers, because we are against the clock. Because someone told us it's 12 weeks.
This human being said it was 12 weeks. Yeah, so it was genuinely like quite stressful. But eventually somebody called us back, and like I think right before she called me back, I was in like actual tears. Because I was so frustrated. I was just like, I really don't know what to do. No one's helping me.
I remember that phone call.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, I don't know, nobody's helping me. I don't know what to do. I can't even ask anybody yet, because we hadn't told anyone except for like my best friend. Like it was just, and they don't have kids, so it was just like we don't even know what the next thing is, and nobody is being. As I was a mess. I won't lie to you guys, I was a mess. But God bless that angel. So this God sent angel calls me back, and she says, "Okay, no, we can help you on this day."
And I booked you in.
Yeah, first thing in the morning, which is always my favorite appointment. And then she said, "You do need to go and get a blood test so that you know." I mean, that's one of the first things. Again, I didn't know, but we must do.
Yeah.
We must go and do. So we went and we did the blood test.
The place was actually where the doctor was going to be.
Oh yeah, so that was another emotional moment for me.
Because then it was like, oh, this is where we could be delivering our baby.
Yeah.
It's blood test day.
Yeah, I'm crying. I just realized this is the guy's hospital. I thought it was just a random blood test place, but it's the guy's hospital, which means that this could be the place I could be giving birth to our baby. Which is like, what? What?
My first trimester, guys, we'll talk about symptoms, but one of the symptoms was I was a baby.
Yeah.
I myself was a baby. Like, it was just not a real thing.
Emotionals were heavy. So we do the test. We even take a walk around the hospital a little bit, so we can get a feel for where we might be. Yeah.
So I go to work, and then I get the results back. And when I get the results back, my HGC levels, which ones I'm talking about, those ones. Put them down here. Those, all the acronyms in the world. Those levels were so high. They were so high. They were unbelievably high. I was like, Cohen, we could be having twins. And now look.
I was about to ask, please tell them what it means when they're high.
No. It's one of the things that it could be. Like, it could mean that you're having twins. It could mean a lot of things.
Multiple babies.
Yes.
And she also has twins in her family.
They exist.
So
I was like, and please, I need you guys to.
So there might be twins in our future.
Look me in my eye.
But I also thought that this might have been a twin right now.
I'm not ready for twins. Personally, I don't think I'm a twin mom right now. As
a first baby,
as a second and third.
Hectic.
And I'm so scared of twins. I am so terrified of twins.
As first time parents, twins were gonna be hectic. But I was ready to take on whatever challenge God would have placed in my hands.
Yeah, I mean, like, whatever comes, we would handle it. But it was just like, I am not ready for this. I know. But, like, I genuinely, that moment was the first moment I was like,
yeah.
Oh, this could be a thing.
And I had been talking about it.
Guys, please remember that he manifested this baby. So if he manifested this baby, I was worried he was going to manifest another one. I was a bit scared. But yeah, so that one was a little bit. There was a while there that I genuinely thought we could be having twins. Yeah. And I was scared. I was so scared. I was terrified because I was like, this is not real life. A few days later, we go to the doctor. After me freaking out for
our first OBGYN visit.
Yes.
Finally, to confirm. That was like, for me, like, that morning when we woke up, I was like, okay, this is the actual confirmation now where a doctor is going to tell us.
Yeah, it's true.
What's inside. We're going to see
what's happening.
Baby for the first time. So it was like, like a first date.
Yeah, literally,
like,
you were so nervous. I was also
butterflies
so
in your
nervous.
stomach. You're just like excited. You're just like, this is the truth. This is reality. This is it's final after this. You know.
Yeah, no, there's no turning back.
Yeah.
This is it. This is when reality hits.
We're going for our first ultrasound.
Yeah.
Baby's first doctor visit.
First doctor visit.
Baby's first photo.
First photo, first audio. We're gonna hear for the first time heartbeat.
First heartbeat.
Uh-huh.
So excited.
So much.
It's gonna be such a beautiful moment that we've been waiting for as long as we've been together, literally.
Literally, even before we got together.
It's happening right before our eyes.
Currently, it's not even like about to. It's like it's happening.
It's happening right now.
Yeah.
Currently.
We're on our way to go and like kind of meet or see our child
For the first time.
No, it's actually quite crazy. Like how like my blood came out is kind of scary. You know. It was like the ultimate confirmation that no, like I knew I've been sick. The line has never been darker on anyone's pregnancy test in the history of ever.
So we get there, and I mean the receptionists are very sweet. They're very nice. They were so kind. They were like chatting, asking me about multiples in your family. Because I was guys, I don't know how to explain. I started showing very early.
Yeah.
Like not even like in the way that I popped, but you could see that this is not this person's normal body. So, you know, everybody was like, you're kind of small, but you're looking, you know what's happening. And they're like, oh, you could be having twins. Now everybody's now adding this concept. I was so stressed, guys.
I was ready to see two babies.
I wasn't. I was praying so hard. I was like, Lord God.
The way everything was just adding up.
But yeah, we're having nice chats. I have to go pee. My pee doesn't want to come because nervous bladder. It was a lot.
So I'm currently in the toilet trying to pee because I have a nervous bladder and it's not happening. But I'm just gonna think about it. I just want to let you guys know that it's rough.
Eventually, we did the test, weighed myself, did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Cool. And now we wait for the doctor, and we waited, hey? Hi, shame.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know.
There's literally a sign there that says if you're not patient, then this is not your doctor.
This is not good. We waited. Like, we just...
And we understood why.
We just sat and we were just like, all right, no, it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah,
it's
he
cool.
had quite a lot of patience.
Yeah.
So at least that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because you know that he's in demand.
True.
So it's
and
like,
people trust him.
Yeah.
Even though he makes people wait. But eventually we got in to see him. He's like, oh, okay, let's ask the normal questions, you know, medical history, all of that kind of stuff. We gave him everything. And then he's like, oh, when was the last day? And then we got the actual confirmation that we were right in the first place, that when we found out that we were pregnant, we were 8 weeks.
Yeah.
So we were correct in our Googling and not going to a doctor. And then he's like, okay, it's time to go and check everything. How excited you get. So we go, first he leaves Cohen in the room so that I can get changed and stuff. So I get changed and I lie down there. And he put the gel on. No, we did the normal test and then he did the gel on the thing. And then, if you know, we go in and I saw the baby. And I was just like, oh. And then I think you also looked at my face and...
This tiny.
Just a little pumpkin. Just a little pushy. Oh, okay. So I was like, it hit me first. And I was like, and the baby's moving. And I'm like, whoa. Like, it was honestly one of like the coolest moments of my life. And the doctor goes, okay, wait, let's call dad. And then he calls you in. And then you also start seeing the baby.
Yeah.
And the baby goes, ah!
Baby's first wave.
The baby literally waved at us. I'm literally getting emotional thinking about it.
Yeah.
Baby literally waved at us, and it was honestly like, oh, this is real. Like, this is not... It's not like a figment of my imagination anymore. It's not just I'm like getting teary. Oh. It's not a thing that just like, you know, it's just there. Like, it's actually like a moving, breathing child that is currently growing
inside you,
in my uterus. You know.
Like, hello, mommy. It was honestly like a surreal moment because I'm like, that's my baby in there, and I'm like visually seeing my baby in there, and they're alive and they're moving, and then the doctor played the heartbeat for us, and we could hear our baby's heartbeat.
That was too much for me.
For the first time in our lives.
That was too much. I'm like getting emotional again. I was hoping you would talk about the heartbeat yet, so I could just pull myself together. That's
so precious. So it was such a surreal moment because it's like, wow, like this is my child, this is my baby, you know, living, breathing inside you,
existing
right
just
now
with us.
They're moving independently. They have a heartbeat independently, separate from your heartbeat. It was just crazy.
It was too much. It was honestly too much for my soul.
Such a beautiful moment.
It really was. It was honestly one of my favorite moments ever. And like to this day, I still, every chance I get, I will go and get a scan because I honestly just love like knowing that the baby's there and that the baby's moving and the baby's just like, you know, hearing the heartbeat and all of those are like my little joys in this world right now because it's just, oh, it's so special. It's honestly just so special.
Yeah.
So, held my tears the whole time. Held it. I was a boss.
Sat through the chats.
Yeah, afterwards.
Doctor spoke to us about everything.
Gave us like nice advice.
Asked him questions. He answered our questions. And then we were done. And then we walked out. The moment we stepped into the elevator to go down, tears came coming again.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Literally.
They came flowing down once again. I love that you saved the tears for when you were
Did you see me? Oh my god. I didn't expect the movements. I think that's the part that hit me. I was not expecting the movements.
Because it's like, when you're alive, what are you?
We are busy. We are busy in Pakistan. So much. I'm such a mess. Oh my gosh, let's find our way back.
And I feel like that was, out of like all of my first trimesters, that was one of the like most I cried. Like I just, it was a deep cry. It was an ugly cry. I couldn't hold it in. It was just, it was like, I don't know, crying those times, and I'm crying because I'm so happy, felt really good. Like it felt really nice. Because you know, I don't normally do this. It was like, it's a really happy tears. And I was just like, I was bawling out of control, and I don't know why she just wants to take a nap on your shoulder.
You won't even like give us a break today.
So we were just like, so we were in the elevator, and I'm happy. I've never been that happy. I won't lie. It was just too much. Like seeing our baby for the first time, hearing the heartbeat, seeing how excited, and Cohen was also excited, seeing how excited Cohen was. Like it was one of my most precious moments that I'll never ever
I didn't care about anything.
Same.
Like just the fact that there was this baby and it was my baby. It was just like complete bliss, dude. Like there's nothing like it ever in this world.
There was nothing like
There's
that.
nothing
That
like
moment
it.
was too much. It was like, it was so perfect.
Yeah.
It was just like the perfect, and hearing the heart, everything was just perfect. Everything from beginning to end was just perfect. That was one of my favorite days in all of history. So I decided that I didn't want to call the baby because I don't know, it's just a bit weird to just be like the baby. So I was like, we need to come up with a name, and we're hanging out and we just like, you know, brainstorming all these names.
We're not naming our child Piccolo. It's just a nickname until we know what we're naming our child.
We can do Tinky Winky.
No.
Okay. We can do.
Like, how about like a food or like a fruit? I feel like those are cute.
Okay, we can do.
I was gonna say something really random and unnecessary.
Jam squash. Jim squashu.
No.
Jim squashu.
No.
Okay, I don't know. We'll think of it. Let's keep on it.
I think we should think of it. I like Bean. Bean is very cute to me. Your life doesn't belong to you anymore, right? You know this. It belongs to me and baby.
Yeah.
Baby. I think I'm baby, so it's gonna be baby. If we don't come up with a nickname, you know.
Yep. But 30 years old is when my life
Stop being your life.
stopped being my life. Can't be a dude anymore.
Not a dude. You're
I'm
dad.
a dad.
Oh, Daddy Coco. Papa Coco.
It's still not gonna be real until like
Oh, when are you gonna baby
they're
Coco?
in my hand.
Baby Coco?
Cocoa bean butter.
Cocoa Bean. Oh, I'm done. Okay, that's it. Cocoa Bean. My baby's name is Cocoa Bean.
The name that we ended up on was Cocoa Bean, because when we found out we were having the baby was the size of a bean, and
That's how tiny
that's so tiny.
the baby
It's
was.
crazy. And now it's not that tiny anymore.
Like when we were looking at them, they were this tiny. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. Remember all the space that we were like, there's just so much space around.
And you don't know the scale of the picture, so you're just like, okay.
But it's just a little
But it's
tiny
like
bean.
this
like a little
tiny.
bean, you know? And Coco, because that's what I call him. Like when I'm being cute and we're around parents and stuff, because I can't be like baby or whatever, so I always be like Coco. So we called the baby Cocoa Bean, which is still what the baby is called. So from now on and from this point on, I'm not going to be calling the baby the baby. It's either Cocoa Bean or Bean. So
And also chocolate. Because cocoa beans chocolate.
we've never.
Cocoa beans make chocolate.
It's not a moment that.
Chocolate, baby.
You know what? I can't.
Baby chocolate.
Guys, pregnancy is not the easiest thing in this world, ne? I just want that noted, because I did say I was going to speak about this in, you know, like, my first trimester was not fun. Like, it wasn't the funnest. And I know other people have, like, way worse experiences than I did, and girl, I'm so sorry. But it wasn't fun. I had morning sickness that was only solved by eating. Actually, and by the way, morning sickness, and I know this joke has been told a billion times, but like, I need to tell it again. It's the dumbest name for an illness ever, because it's not morning, it's all day. It's not just in the morning, it's all day. And you have to eat in order for it to stop. Like, that's the only thing that helps. So it was not great. So I had morning sickness. I started like having like cramp issues, but it wasn't like normal cramps. I think because I was expanding so quickly, you know, my body wasn't doing great things at all. I was getting headaches, which was frustrating, because like I have a lot to do in a day, and my head is just like good. Peeing, oh my gosh. Me and the toilet are like this. Still to this day, we are one. We are besties. This is the only way I know how to live. At night, I'm just up in the bathroom, and like every hour, it's a lot. It's honestly a lot, and it is frustrating. And yeah, so I mean, those are not like crazy symptoms, but for me, it was not. I wasn't having a great time, especially with the nausea and the headaches. It was a bit much and the pain. It was a bit much for my soul. And because of the pain, there was a lot of moments of worry and stuff, but we'll get to that a little bit later. but it was just like, all of that. It was just too much happening in my body at once. Now I'm a little bit more used to the fact that my body is changing, like the fact that I can't breathe, even though I'm sitting down and just having a conversation. But it's not as frustrating as it was like in the first trimester, because it was too many changes too quickly, and I couldn't catch up, because the moment I figured this one out, another thing came, and the moment I figured this one out, another thing came. So it was a lot in that time. But yeah, as much as I was like happy I was pregnant, I wasn't enjoying the fact that I was pregnant, and going for the scan always gave me something to, or still to this day gives me something to look forward to. Like every time I'm like, okay, it's getting a little bit hard. I'm like, oh, we need to make an appointment because Bean is just getting to me now. We need to go and see the baby. So, and literally every time we've gone to see the baby, I just like, I don't even know how to explain. My whole mood is just, I'm ready to be pregnant for another 2-3 weeks. Like, I'm okay. Like,
you get re-energized.
Yeah, I do get re-energized. I really do think it's important to like hear the heartbeat, to go and see your child moving, to all of those type of stuff, because like it would be a tip that I would give to new mothers, like to pregnant women, that hey, this thing is rough, it's not easy. So if you can spare a little bit of extra change, go and see your child, like go see what's happening inside your body, because like especially when you're in like the first part of your pregnancy and you can't really like feel the movements too much, and you can't all this type of stuff, so it's kind of so like
everything is just by faith,
and it's also like an abstract thing. It's like the baby is an abstract,
you just
and you're just in pain and you're suffering and you're puking and this and that, and it's just all of those moments kind of like, and I was really tired, I forgot to mention that too. So all of those things, like they get to you and you kind of almost slightly forget why you're doing it. Go and see your baby. Just go and make an appointment. I actually put a few recommendations in the description. Just if you care, just check if you're in Joburg area. Go and check these places out. Just go and see the baby. I swear to God, it literally gives me a new life every time, and I get really excited and I'm very happy and I'm ready to go for the next few bits and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was our first trimester. It was great and stressful and painful and pregnant and all of those things. But it was a beautiful time. I actually feel like it's one of those really unforgettable moments in my life, because so many great things were happening, so many crazy things were happening. My emotions were up and down. I was frustrated, I was happy, it was just a lot.
There's a lot of changes happened in the first trimester. Physical changes, emotional changes, mental changes, like a lot changes in that first trimester. And it's about coping and just trying to get into the flow of things, get into the rhythm of things, get into the situation.
And also like coming to peace.
Exactly. Acceptance of the situation. And just that's all first trimester is. Just figuring out where we're going. Plans.
So much plans, so many plans.
A lot of plans.
Lots
a lot of phone calls. A lot of figuring out what are we doing, when are we doing it, how are we doing it. So that's first trimester.
It was fun.
And you killed it.
Thank you. I tried my best.
You did very good.
But we are now currently at, we get to it, we are currently at 18 weeks, which is like, what? 2 weeks away from being halfway, with the scales. And then when we get to the end of second trimester, we'll tell you guys all about what's happening now.
Yes.
Because a lot of things have changed since then.
A lot is happening.
We're going through so many changes.
There's a lot of changes happening. We are trying to restrict ourselves also so that we can tell you guys the story the way that we experienced the story.
Yes.
Load shedding is kicking us in the ass.
In the buttocks.
So it's hard to get these videos out as fast as we would like to get them. This video should have been out last week. So I'm sorry about that.
But we're here now.
And we'll tell you guys.
What week 13 to 18 has looked like. It's been a wild time. It's been insane, but a beautiful time. It's actually second trimester is slightly better than first, girls. Slightly, not much. But yes, we'll talk about it.
If you have any questions about first trimester, feel free to comment.
Please ask. You know what? I need an actual community of real moms here because it's rough out here. Let's talk. You guys can DM me on Instagram. It really, honestly and truly, I will respond. I promise, because it is crazy. It is a crazy time. Yeah. But yeah, we can do it together. You can do it together. We got this. But yeah.
Cool. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
Subscribe for more, because more is definitely coming.
Definitely.
A lot more. Like this video.
Please.
Share it with your friends and family.
Because sharing is caring.
Yay.
Yes.
We love you.